Coach Simon said he ran track, he played basketball, so this guy's got some versatility to him. Now, he's only 6'1". You know, he's not as tall as let's just say a DJ Davison, but being at that height, playing in the trenches, possibly will help him very well as far as using his hands is concerned.
Well, let's bring back John Simon, ASU's running backs coach, who made the announcement. And Derek alluded to the fact that that Shannon comes from a football state, a football crazy state. Players like that, and you could include Texas in this, I guess Florida to some extent, when it's something that they're exposed to on a year-round basis, that means, again, going back to the subject of teaching, they're players that are ready to learn, and they want to know everything they can about the game of football.
Well, that's true, and that speaks of the culture that's in Texas as well as Louisiana. I think what you get in Louisiana, in the South Louisiana area, you get a lot of talented kids that are competing against each other at an early age. So the level of competition is raised for those kids at an early age. They have a chance to compete against some of the best kids in the country, and they don't even realize it until they're seniors. So you have a chance to see where all the different kids are going. There's kids at Southern Lab that are going to LSU, that are going to Alabama. They have offers. So there's a lot of talent right there in that region that those kids get to go against every day. So, and I think Shannon has been one of the beneficiaries of that, having the opportunity to play against those guys. Shannon has played fullback as a sophomore and just continue to grow. His dad was an All-American basketball player that played Division I basketball. So you can see the athletic ability and the genes there with Shannon. And he's come from a great high school that has a long history and a long lineage of Division I football players that have been really successful.
Right. How does that work now? Knowing you're the running backs coach, and you know you're sitting here recruiting a defensive guy for the defensive line. Just take us through that process of how that works.
Well, I think the biggest thing is that we're all coaches, and you know, we all coach a position, but you still have to have an eye for talent. And just as well as you guys, you're able to identify exactly what it is that we're looking for, what we need on our defense. And you know when you see a guy that fits our scheme perfectly. And I think Shannon's that guy. So my process is I bring the film back to the defensive position coach, and he was excited about Shannon, and from there we talk to the defensive coordinator and the head coach, and we received a lot of excitement about Shannon and his athletic ability and the things that you see on film. So at that point, you know, we have permission to go in and offer the kid and do our homework about who he is, character and off the field and academically, and Shannon is definitely a quality kid that comes from a quality family and will be a major part of our family.
You mentioned working in cooperation with the defensive coaches. You've had a chance to look at the film too, and from the eyes of a running back coach, what do you see in his ability to defend against the run?
The one thing about Shannon, because he is 6'1.5", somewhere around that, he's a low center of gravity, but he's very thick lower body. He's a very strong kid, 600-pound squatter. He's strong upper body, uses his hands very well. He's been coached very well. Marcus Roundel is the head football coach there at Southern Lab, who won a national championship at LSU.
Right.
So he's exposed the kid around some really good coaching and really good football, and the kid is prepared to come in and play early. But the one thing I look at as a running back coach is a defender that uses his hands well, gets off the block, sheds the block, and is a powerful tackler. So Shannon is very exciting to have him here.
I think we're all excited to have him here. And just speaking on that, he's once again, he's another recruit that's coming from a winning background, a winning culture, and I think that's one thing we're definitely trying to prove and bring to this Sun Devil team, is just trying to get back to those winning ways that we were accustomed to a few seasons ago when we got those 10-win seasons under our belt.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, when you're talking about changing the culture and showing kids how to win, is important that you bring kids that are talented, but most importantly, kids that have been in winning programs. They've won the state championship the last 2 years, but his sophomore year, they went to the state championship where they lost, and he was able to learn from that experience and bring some of that culture and bring some of that championship level here, just like the DB that we talked about from Nevada.
Right.
You know, the Perry kid who's come from a history of winning. Those kids expect to win. Those kids know how to win, and we need to continue to build our program around kids like that.
Well, I think that's just exactly what you've done today, is build this program around successful student athletes who know about winning, playing good football. And the other thing that we've heard a great deal is the passion that that they have for the game. And a lot of times that's just as important, that you have to, if you're going to put in the time to learn to be better as a Division I student athlete, you have to have a passion for what you're doing.
Without a question, the passion is the most important thing. When things get tough, life gets tough. You've been there, college, class, coaches are on you. You know, you need a kid that's tough-minded and that's focused on being great.
John, again, congratulations. Another great addition to the Sun Devil family. I know it's been a busy day for you, and it's been a rewarding day, too.
Yes, it has.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
John Simon, ASU
Appreciate
running
it,
backs
Jay.
coach, as